Hello everyone, it's Michael. I know it's been a while since I've shown my beautiful face on this channel, but today, the next couple days, Maya and I will be doing some backcountry camping in and around Cades Cove, where, I don't know if you've heard about a bunch of people going missing out in the Smokies. Today we're going to be following a particular case about Dennis Martin, who went missing back in 1969 in that area. If you want to know more about that, there's like 411 missing cases and a bunch of different YouTube. If you want to, have more information, because I'm just going to keep messing it up as I usually do. Of course, we'll do a little bit more research, especially me, because I can't retain things worth crap. Get some more information later on, and we'll also be taking video and pictures of the beautiful trails while we make a couple stops that were parts of the case.
It was June 14th in the summer of '69 when 6-year-old Dennis Martin, his brother and friends planned a playful prank.
They hatched the idea of going and scaring the family who were setting up on this hill.
The boys split, Dennis heading one direction alone.
The three boys scared the family and Dennis never showed up.
Here we are at the beginning of our adventure at the Anthony Creek Trail, and we'll be taking it up near Crib Gap, Russell Field, and Boat Mountain. So, yeah. We'll also be hitting just a little portion of the well-known Appalachian Trail. All in a good bit of fun until we get to our campsite. So, as you guys have probably noticed, I've been hiking this trail a little bit now. The particular trail that I'm walking on now, the Anthony Creek Trail, which I've shown you probably a couple videos of, was actually the trail that the grandfather of the boy who went missing, it's a long trek. His grandfather actually followed this trail. It's like from where they were at, it was like 9 miles or so, to inform the rangers that his grandson went missing.
What followed is believed to be the largest search in park history.
The search area has expanded as the days stretch into a full week since the youngster was reported missing.
I'll show you here. Like, I could see how someone can get lost in this. Like, just look how thick this brush is. Cool little log bridge here. Ain't that cool? So yeah, just for reference, guys, here's another shot on just how thick this brush can really be. And you might be able to hear it, but you couldn't tell it. But down there is another, like, stream, part of the it's part of that Anthony Creek waterway. That's part of the Anthony Creek Trail. I took my pack off. It's getting kind of heavy. Yeah, Maya and I know we probably shouldn't have done this, but Maya and I split up a little bit. But thankfully, we got these. Her and I ended up switching packs, so this is actually hers. It's about a 35 pound pack. It's got our tent and a couple other doodads in there. It's got her water thing, but I had waters on my bag, so can't tell. I'm getting kind of tired, but it's whatever. I've never backpacked like this before, so it's obviously something different. But anyway, onwards and upwards. There we go. Morning, everyone. This is morning of day 2. We made it to our campsite, but I didn't really get to film it last night, partly because there was another group here. So, yeah, there's that. Let me show you. So, we made it to campsite 10. Get this reorganized here. So, yeah, this is where that other group that I mentioned was staying. And then Maya and we made it up this path here to our little campsite. And there she is. There's our camp. Yep. So here we are on the Russell Field Trail, heading up towards the Russell Field Station. According to reports, is around about the area where Dennis Martin went missing. But like, just look at this. It's crazy to think still how thick this forest actually is.
That over there, if a kid was hiding in a bush, like say to the ones you see to your right, all it would take was a split second for him to go a different direction to get lost.
Yeah, either further up the hill or mountain or down into the valley.
Here, why don't you show them exactly how fast that could happen?
Well, shoot, even just up this trail.
That's all it takes. Could just be 2 steps to the right and you're out of vision.
Each day, as the search expanded, he believes the chances of finding Dennis diminished.
The second or the third day of the little boy missing, there were 1,400 people at Spence Field.
So right now she's working on some coffee. Coffee. So I'll catch up with you guys when we're back on the trail. So where we left off at our campsite, it took about 3.5 hours, I think, to get from there to the Russell Field shelter. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. It's a lot of hiking. But yeah, like I said, 3.5 hours, and a lot of it was like uphill. Probably the last update that Maya and I showed you was us hiking to the shelter after we were on that ridge line. The reason I didn't get a video of the shelter was because there was a bunch of people already there, and I didn't feel like messing with them, you know. So, as you can see, I'm just on the trail now. I will give you guys an update when I end up at the next shelter or at our campsite. I was just at the Spence Field shelter. I guess we're trying to push on to our campsite for the night. The Spence Field Trail, or Spence Field Shelter. Sorry for the bad camera angle. I'm trying to make time. That shelter was about almost 3 miles. Might as well just say 3 miles from the Russell Field Shelter. Now, the Spence Field Shelter is where apparently, or at least roughly the area where Dennis Martin had gone missing. And then they say that the grandfather hiked all the way back down to well, where we started, the Anthony Creek, the Anthony Creek Trail, which, oh man, to do that in the time that he did, dude is a beast, because I'm having issues getting back down the mountain. But let me tell you, the hike up here is absolutely awesome, though I am very tired. Honestly, should have stayed at the field shelter, but I should be alright. I'll get a campsite set up and we'll be good to go. But I'll get you guys an update, hopefully, either tomorrow morning or when I get there. Look at that. Could have ended up down in that. That's all downslope. All the way down there. Yeah. You just gotta take it easy on the trail, you know? Yeah, there we go. That bear cub has been circling our camp, I guess, all morning. Ain't he adorable? I'm just kind of curious where Mama is.
If it wasn't for the way he walks, I'd say that's not a bear.
Yeah. Just a really big black dog. Alright, so good morning. Obviously, I made it to the camp. Already got everything picked up. There's Maya. We're getting ready to head out. As you saw from the footage, there was a bear that was like a baby bear hiding out around our camp all night. I guess all morning, pretty much. We were wondering what he was getting for food. So we noticed, there it is. I passed it. There's a couple of these wild blueberry bushes on here. And then there's a couple other dried out ones further down our path to our water source. But Maya wanted me to point out something about these, is how big their seeds are. Because there isn't a whole lot of fruit. That right there, that's the seed. Whole dang thing. So yeah, these are not like the ones that you get at the store. Probably still taste good, but yeah, yeah. How we figured out that he was eating them is, where did I see that at? Oh yeah, here's the more dried out bushes all up through here. I don't know if you can see that real well. But then I came across that. Bear scat. He's been munching on these seeds, on these blueberries for a minute. And there's our water source. Bird camp. So we are, ow! Oh! Big old rock. Maybe I should be paying attention to where I'm going. So I'm on the last stretch of the Anthony Creek Trail. Or I shouldn't say the last trek. It's, I still got a little ways to go. But it's the last bit of our trail for this trip. But I figured I'd give a little bit more information about the Dennis Martin case. The whole reason why Maya and I are out here today, these last couple days. During the search, and after, well, mainly after the search, I believe, there was a bunch of conspiracies on how Dennis disappeared. Some people blame Bigfoot. Go figure, Bigfoot. Some people claim he was just kidnapped outright. There was a couple other people that thought it was the mountain people that live out here. They might have had something to do with it, but no one's really sure what happened. All they do know is that he disappeared. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's better. That's a little bit better. I might have to switch hands, actually. Yeah, but yeah, if you guys like hiking and that sort of thing, definitely try out Anthony Creek Trail. And we did a loop where we went from the Anthony Creek up to oh heck, I can't remember. I'll explain it a little bit more when I get in the car, when I'm able to look at my map. But yeah, we did a loop. It's really pretty, and we actually ran into a couple interesting characters along the way. First of all, we ran into two guys who were fishing. Ooh, log bridge. Oh, look at that. Ugh. So we ran into two guys who were fly fishing, and yeah, they ended up walking into a hornet's nest of all things. And I thought I heard someone screaming and yelling. One guy comes down and he's like, "Oh man, don't go up there." He's like, "Oh man, don't go up there." We're like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh man, my buddy and I, we were trying to walk down to the creek to go fishing, and we stumbled upon a hornet's nest, and they swarmed me and him, I got stung in the neck, and I'm not real sure about him. We ended up running into his buddy a little bit later, and he's like, oh yeah, I got stung in the hand and on the leg, and I was like, geez. But then they left us, and then we made it to our campsite, and then the next day we got up, and well, we ran into, I think it was like 5 ladies of the church. They were, well, I shouldn't say they weren't the 5 ladies, but we ran into a couple sisters actually, and they were making their way up the mountain. And I think they were mainly there to get water from the stream, because they were packed real light. But, oh, I'm gonna have to stop for a second so I can talk. Ooh, rocks. Oh. Definitely don't have near as much weight as I did. We got a lot of our food weight. Okay, that's better. But man, last night that was interesting. It was getting late, and we're like, oh man, we need to find a campsite, like right now. Or, yeah, pretty much. It was like, oh man, we need to find a campsite. So I go out ahead, see if I can't find a place to camp for the night. And then I'm like, I'll pull up my phone and look at the map, and I'm like, I'm almost to the campsite. I might as well just make it. Which would probably explain why I'm tired. I probably overdid myself, but man, it was a whole lot better to be at that campsite, because we ended up having another couple show up a little bit later, which was real nice. They were real good people. And then, oh, as you might have already seen, or I don't know if it'll make it in the video or not, there was a bear cub that was walking around our camp. And then Maya and I found a torn up tent and some of the remnants that was inside of it, ripped out. A couple pieces of trash and a bottle, I think, is what all it was. Ugh. But yeah. Yeah, we're about ready to get on out of here on the last little trek of the journey. So, I guess I'll catch you guys at the end. It's been a rather interesting adventure. If you guys like this kind of content, or just like kind of hang out with me, I guess Maya and I could probably do more of this. But it definitely was not without its trials and tribulations, trust me. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Heck, if I keep covering up the camera. Bye!
And if there's any trace in these woods, McCarter says Mother Nature has hidden it away.
For every year that the remains lay in the woods, the Great Smoky Mountains Park layers up 1 inch of debris. And Dennis is lost in '69.